Welcome back everyone to Blender and Unreal Engine becoming a dungeon prop artist, and this is where we left it off. Now let's come to our mugs and let's give these. I'm thinking I will take the handle, I'll just split them off first. So I'll grab this, and I can't really grab all that, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to mark some seams just to make this a little bit easier for me. So Alt Shift and click. I'm also, I think, I'll grab all of this, I'll press Shift H, and that then, in fact, I won't do it that way. What I'll do is I'll grab the action mug, Shift H, hide everything out of the way, and now I can come in, and it's just going to make it a ton easier for me to mark those seams off like so. So I also want to mark a seam on the bottom as well, because all this around here is going to be actual metal. So mark seam like so. Now let's see if we can actually work with this now. So if I come in and grab each of these, like so, like so, like so, Smart UV project, click OK, and now let's give it the material that we need. So we're going to come to material. It's going to be probably, I'm looking iron dark. Let's try that one. We will give the whole thing the same material. Don't worry about that. We're now going to go in and I'll actually resell transforms as well, just in case. And I think it did, but I'm not actually sure. And what I'll do now is I'll hide that out of the way. So hide those, and we should be left with just this. And we might be able to get away with just unwrapping it. So Smart UV project, click OK. You can see if it was metal, it'd be absolutely fine, but it's not. So what we need to do is click plus and bring in the other material, which is the wood course. Let's click assign, and there we go. You can see that actually these parts here are absolutely fine. It's just the inside. So we might actually be able to, and the bottom's even fine. So it's just the inside of it. So all I'm going to do is just grab the inside, Control plus, going all the way up. Maybe the edges, I need to fix the edges, I think. Yeah, going up to here. And I'll try actually spinning this around now. So R90, spin it around, like so. And that looks pretty good. All I'm going to do now is, I think, I'll just try unwrapping this the other way. So light map pack, okay. U, follow active quads, okay. And now let's squish it in. So S, and then S and Y, bring it in. And there you go. That is a really nice elbow. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. Now let's do the next one. So we'll do pretty much the same thing on this one. So again, we'll come in and we'll grab all of it on here. And then what I'm going to do is Shift H, and then I'll come in and mark my seams. So just seams to the metal, just to make it a little bit easier for us. So Alt Shift click, like so. Coming underneath, like so, like so. And then finally, can I actually get under there? Might be able to. So under here and mark seams. All right. So now let's come in and first of all, we'll unwrap it all. So UV, Smart UV project, okay. And then we'll press Alt H. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the metal. So dark iron metal. And now we'll come in and grab the rest of it. So if I come in now, pressing L, 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 and L, I think it's going to be the same sort of thing. So L under there as well as what we had with the other one. Click plus, little down arrow, wood course, click assign, pretty much the same. All right, so the inside, let's do the inside first. So we'll grab that, Control plus, all the way up to here. And then what I'll do is I will spin these around. So AR90, spin them round. And now finally just the top, and we'll do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to grab it, going all the way around the lip, if I can. There we go. And I'm just looking at this part here. And that bit I'm not particularly happy with. So I'm going to actually see if I can unwrap those parts separately. So I'm going to come in, grab this, and then I'm just going to press U, Smart UV project, okay, spin it round, so R90. Yeah, and there we go. That's much better. I'm happy with that. Okay. I'm not happy though with how that's coming there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And now let's look at this side. I'm going to do exactly the same thing now on here. So I'm going to press U, Smart UV project, click OK, and A, S, and then just make it smaller, like so. And that looks tons better. And now finally on this bit, U, light map pack, and then U, follow active quads, A, S, make it smaller, G, and then S and Y, and bring it in like so. All right, there we go. Now, if you're not happy with the overall, how they look, you can just grab now, press Alt A, just bring everything back. A to grab everything, A, and now what you can do is you can just make it either smaller or make them bigger. And there you go, you can see they actually look probably better like that. I'm actually looking at the wood maybe on this bowl as well. So what I'm going to do is grab everything, and I've actually done the same thing as what I've done over there, so they should be absolutely fine now. They look really, really nice, as you can see. All right, so I'm happy with that. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to modeling. We need to come and find our Elmux. I'm going to grab, press dot, and what I'm going to do now is just finalize and just make sure that they've all got I think with I'll leave that as it is. I'll just grab them all. I'm going to press Control A or Transforms, right click, set Origin to Geometry. And what that does is it will set the geometry to all of them at the same time. So that's really, really handy to know. I'm going to hide that out of the way. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and name them. So I'm going to come to my plate, like so. And then I'm going to come to my bowl. Really important that you do this. You could do it all at the end, but it's a real pain when you have to do so many at the same time. So I tend to nowadays, as I'm actually working, just go through them and do them as finishing them, because then I can also put them in my asset manager. So we'll call this, what shall we call it? We'll call it a large ale mug. And then we'll call this one small ale mug, like so. Okay, now let's make a new collection. So I'm going to right click and we'll call it new. And then I'm going to go to, where is it gone? There it is. I don't know why I put it in there actually, but it shouldn't have done. So I'm just going to move this up to the top in its own look, as you can see. And then what I'll do is I'll call this mugs and plates, like so. And then what I'll do is I'll grab them all now. So B to grab them all. And then I'll press dot. And what I'll do is I'll take me straight to where they all are. I can just grab any one of them then and just drop them in, and then they'll all be in there. The other thing I can do is as well now, grab them all, right click, and mark as asset, and I'll mark them all as an asset. Now let's close that all and just see what we've got now. I'm also going to click File and Save. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to stack them in a little bit of a nicer way, like so. All right, so now what we can do is we can come to our asset manager, and then what I can do is I can come to all, and I can grab all of those. I know which ones they are because I've just done them, so might as well do this at the same time. Spoon looks a bit funky, and let's put it into, where is it, props, like so. Let's look at our props, and there they all are. And now finally, let's also, we've got these materials, we need a couple more materials in here. Did I mark those as assets? So let's have a look at my materials. Just going to bring back my materials, like so. And let's have a look which one. So silver, mark as asset. Wood course, mark as asset. I think they're the two that I'm missing. So now I've got them on here. So silver and wood course. And now I can drop those into our material. All right, so parts, props, materials, all done. And now finally we can go up and save it out, and we can also go back to our modeling, and I can now put these in place. Again, I'll light out my materials, and you can see now you can already start putting these onto your table and things like that. All right, so they look really nice. Now the next one then we're going to move on to, if I bring over my reference, will be our gobbler, our plates, our gems and things like that, because then it will be a nice transition to those, because we've already created pretty much all of the skills that we need, apart from we're going to be using different materials and things like that. After that, then I think we'll probably move on to the books, so we'll get those out of the way. The cans are a little bit more difficult, but you can see already that you should be speeding up your workflow by now, and you should be able to now create, pretty basic meshes really, really fast. All right, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.